सभी को। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है मिस्टिक मेंटरिंग के 6th लाइव एपिसोड में। A very warm welcome to everyone who has joined us on Zoom and those also who have joined us on YouTube Live. Every first and third Friday of the month, we get this opportunity to come face to face with Sri Anish, and also this beautiful moment comes up when we get to receive answers to life's deeper question directly from him. I must say, it's a very rare opportunity जो हमारे जीवन में आती है, हमारे जीवन को एक नई डायरेक्शन देने के लिए, एक नया पर्सपेक्टिव देने के लिए, या कंप्लीट ट्रांसफॉर्म कर देने के लिए भी। और क्योंकि हमारे इस प्रोग्राम पे मिस्टिक मेंटरिंग में विश्व भर से बहुत मित्रों के प्रश्न आते हैं, निरंतर आते रहते हैं, तो श्री अनीश जी की ये कोशिश रहती है कि जितने प्रश्नों के उत्तर वो दे सकें इस 1 घंटे में, उतने वो दे पाएं, नहीं तो हम फिर अगले एपिसोड में उनको कवर करते हैं। So for those who are joining us for the first time, मैं एक बार क्विकली फॉर्मेट समझा देती हूँ। इसका फॉर्मेट ऐसा है कि आपके जो प्रश्न हैं, हमारा एक गूगल फॉर्म है, बहुत सिंपल सा फॉर्म है वो हम अभी चैट बॉक्स में यहाँ भी शेयर कर लेते हैं, और हम यूट्यूब में भी कमेंट सेक्शन में उसको शेयर कर रही है हमारी टीम। उस फॉर्म के जरिए आप अपने क्वेश्चन सबमिट कर सकते हैं, और वो क्वेश्चन फिर हमारी टीम उन सभी प्रश्नों को कोलेट करती है, और कोलेट करके जो सिमिलर क्वेश्चंस होते हैं उनको कंपाइल कर देते हैं, और देन इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे हम अनीश जी के साथ वो क्वेश्चन आपके बिहाफ पे उनसे पूछते हैं। और because we get a lot of questions, it may happen that if you have asked something, it might not come on the immediate chapter or the immediate episode of mystic mentoring, but it will surely get covered. So जुड़े रहे हमारे साथ, आपका क्वेश्चन जरूर कंसिडर होगा और जरूर कवर होगा। और जितने भी मित्र हमसे प्रश्न करना चाह रहे हैं, अपने प्रश्न भेजना चाह रहे हैं, उनसे बस एक ही रिक्वेस्ट है, अपने प्रश्नों को जितनी सिंपल लैंग्वेज में और क्लियर लैंग्वेज में शेयर कर सकें वो करें। क्वेश्चन थोड़ा लंबा हो सकता है, दैट इज ओके, but it has to be in a very simple language so that it becomes easier for us, हमारे लिए easy हो जाए उसको कोलेट करना। One more thing, ये मिस्टिक मेंटरिंग का ये जो फॉर्मेट है, ये हमने इंग्लिश में और हिंदी दोनों में रखा है। सो द क्वेश्चंस दैट विल बी आस्क्ड in English language, Sri Anish will be answering them in English only, और जो हिंदी में प्रश्न पूछे जाएंगे उनका उत्तर वो हिंदी में ही देंगे। Yes. So before I invite Anish ji, I would request all of you to take full advantage of this time and be seated in a comfortable, undistracted zone. अगर मोबाइल फोन है आपके आसपास, उसको साइलेंट कर लें। अगर आसपास नॉइज हो रही है तो रिक्वेस्ट करें कि आपके आसपास की नॉइज को जितना कैंसिल कर सकें या मिनिमाइज कर सकें, उसको करने की कोशिश करें, और fully available हूँ with full attention to receive the grace of the master. Because I have, from my own experience, seen this, that every time I have listened to Anish ji's words, it has always helped me in deepening my understanding of my own yatra. So I am sharing this experience as a sadhak with all the fellow sadhaks who are joining this. With this, I now request Sri Anish ji to please join us in the spotlight.
Namaste, Namaste Swati, and Namaste to all the friends who are watching this, who are joining us for this session. Yes, I hope you all are well wherever you are, enjoying the blessings of the nature and support of your family, friends, and loved ones. Yes, so happy to see you all. So we can start, Swati ji.
Yes, Anish. My screen is visible. Anishi, our first question is from Sumant. He is from Canada. He's asking, how do I differentiate between dharmic and non-dharmic actions or thoughts? How do I handle a situation where my parents are not acting as per dharma? I hold them in high regard, but their conduct goes against my understanding of dharma. This is from
Yeah.
Sumant.
Yeah, I think a very good, deep, and very important question, I would say. The two parts to the question, if I understand Sumanji correctly. First part is how do I differentiate, understand between dharmic and adharmic actions? Um, so there's been a lot of debate, confusion about what is dharma and what is dharmic actions and what is non-dharmic actions. I'll take a few moments first to go a little deeper in that.
Anishi, I'm just holding you for a
Yeah.
moment. I think recording has not been started. We'll just.
Okay. Do I need to start it or? Okay.
Thank you.
All
Sorry,
right.
sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah. So the first part of this is what is dharma? Let's first understand. It's a term that we use quite a lot, especially in this part of the world, in this culture. Um when we translate it into English loosely, we call it uh, what is the word? Mm, virtueness or virtuous actions, etc. But let's understand what dharma is according to our understanding. You see, fire, we've all seen fire. Fire's dharma is always to move upward. No matter how you light the fire, it can never go downward, it will always go upward. Now, that's the dharma, that's the conduct, that's the nature of fire. Yeah. Similarly, if you see water, water will always flow down. That's the nature, that's the dharma of water to always flow down. Now, nobody goes to water or to the fire to tell them what is your dharma. They know it. You never go to water saying that, oh, your dharma is to flow downward. Why don't you flow downward? It knows its nature. But when it comes to us, there's a lot of confusion. But I believe every cell of our body knows what is the dharma of that cell. We are collective of these trillions of cells. Deep inside, we all know what is our dharma. We all know that. If you close your eyes in any situation, take a moment and go a little inward, you will know what your right dharma is. Yeah. But most of the time, we don't operate from this space of silence. We operate from this space of noise, which we call the active chattering mind. uh. So we get confused. What is dharma? We need to then ask, what is our dharma? As I'm saying, your digestion system doesn't ask you, what is my dharma? It knows to digest the food. It knows it pretty well. So you also know, first of all, you also know what is your dharma. It's just that you've not paid attention to that. So that's point number one. Let's park it. Point number two. This dharma also keeps changing based on the role and the situation that you are in. Yeah. So let's say in your workplace, uh, and if it's a very aggressive workplace, there your role is of a warrior. Your dharma is of the warrior at that place. But when you come back home, you're a father, you're a mother, you're a brother, you're a sister. That role ends. You enter into a new role. There's a new dharma attached to the new role. Now, this is where a human being and a fire is different. Because fire's got one role. Yeah, it'll always move upward. But we shift our roles. 24 hours, we shift our roles a lot. And each role has its own dharma. And we get confused then. Yeah. If you're a warrior, you're not warrior 24 by 7. You're warrior in that zone alone. There you follow the dharma of a warrior. At home, you are, let's say, a father. There you follow the dharma of a father. Now that's where the confusion comes in because this dharma keeps shifting. This dharma keeps shifting based on the situation you are in and based on the role that you have taken. Yeah, it's point number two. It's fluid. You need a certain wisdom to moment know what is my dharma in this moment. Just to give you an example, just before this session, I was sitting with my wife and with my son, and we were having our evening meal together. Yeah. There, my dharma was of that, a householder. I was performing that dharma there. Yeah. With the food. Now I'm in this session. The role has shifted. I'm back to my deeper role, huh? Which is, let's say, a spiritual teacher. Now here the dharma is to talk that what is truth, to make sure we all progress, to make sure we all evolve, to make sure we all become awakened. That's my dharma in this moment right now. And I'm speaking from that zone now. Yeah. So that's point number two. It keeps changing. You need certain wisdom to know where you are, sthana kala, where you are, what's the time, and what's your role now. You perform, you establish your dharma accordingly. So that's point number three. But let's say if we are not yet awakened to that level of wisdom, what do we do then? Is there a measurement? Yes, there's a measurement. There, I'll give you now point number three, the third dimension. Number one of that which is life nurturing is dharma. Technically, the meaning of dharma is that which holds everything together. What holds this life together? Yeah, nurturing holds this life together. Love holds this life together. Huh? Compassion holds this life together. Heart holds this life together. Joyfulness holds this life together. Satya, yani truth, holds this life together. All that is holding this life together is dharma. Yeah, make that as your measurement, as your benchmark. Yeah, anything that holds this life together is dharma, in a very simple way of saying. Yeah, following the path to the truth is dharma. Following the path to love is dharma. That which allows you to constantly open your heart is the path of dharma. Yeah, so that's the third element. Follow this rule till the time your own inner wisdom awakens, and you will then know in every situation, every moment, based on the time and the situation and the sthiti space, what your real dharma is. Yeah. So that's dharma. And if you don't follow this, then whatever you're doing is called adharma, going anti this. Yeah. So that's a basic, broad understanding of dharma. The second part of the question was that your parents, in their actions, you don't see them following the dharma. As per your understanding of dharma, they're not following the path of dharma, and that's where the conflict is, if I understand the second part of the question. Well, Guru ki karni Guru janega, chele ki karni chela. Meaning, we're all responsible for our own actions. We're all responsible for the karam that we make. We're all responsible for that. Whatever karma, whatever actions you perform, you will have to reap the benefit of that or pay the price of that, whatever the case may be, whatever action you're doing, right? Unfortunately, in life, we keep conflicting with each other. First of all, how do you know that what your understanding of dharma is the true right understanding of dharma and your parents' understanding of dharma is wrong? How do you know that? How can you say that? Maybe wherever they are in their own understanding, they are following the path of dharma. Who knows? Huh? Only an awakened person can know that, who's following the dharma and who's not following the dharma. You need deep wisdom to know that. Which means I'm saying, can I judge at this level of my understanding or my awakening, are you following your dharma or no? Can I judge? It is very difficult. It is very difficult. Let me give you an example. Ungli Mal, Daku Ungli Mal, Buddha. Now, this guy was a murderer, killer, a dharmic person as per everybody's definition, came to Buddha. And things happened. I'll not go in the details of the story. But then he is asking Buddha to initiate him into Buddha's lineage of sannyasa. Buddha is about to do that, but a lot of Buddha's disciples are saying, "What blunder are you doing, O great master? He is the most adharmic person. How can you initiate him?" It goes against the whole law of dharma. Right? Now, who's correct in this? Is Buddha correct? Who's seeing the possibility of Angulimal walking the path and becoming awakened? Or the followers of Buddha who are saying, no, no, as per our understanding, he's adharmic, cannot be initiated. Who's right? Who's right? Are you understanding what I'm saying? We cannot judge. We just cannot judge. A. Number two, B. What is your dharma for your parents? Let's come to your dharma. Is your dharma towards your parents is to constantly criticize them? Or with deep love, affection, and compassion, nudge them? If you think they are on the wrong path, with deep respect, love, and affection, and compassion and care, slowly nudge them on the right path. Not by disrespecting, not by conflicting with them. Because if you do that, then you're not following your dharma of a child, of a son, of a daughter. Huh? Where is the respect? Where is the garima, gratitude to the parents for raising you? Where is that? Today, are you so intelligent that you think you are dharmic and they are adharmic? I'm just giving you some counter views for you to think about it. Because every generation, when it grows, thinks the earlier generation does not know. And only I know the right way. Every generation suffers from this. Sometimes we are right, sometimes we are not. Correct? So, if still you feel your parents, their actions are not generally in line with dharma, so I'm saying two things. A, everybody will reap the results of their actions. You cannot really interfere. Even if you want to, it's very hard. Law or nature does not allow you to interfere. Let them do what they are doing as per their understanding of right and wrong, dharma and adharma. Number one. Number two, if you really think they are on a wrong track and you know the right track of dharma, great. If that's the case, beautiful. You're a blessed child, they are the blessed parents in that case. And if that's the case, follow the dharma of a child, of a son, of a daughter. With deep respect, deep care, gratitude, compassion, slowly hold their hands, take them with you. Very softly, with deep respect, nudge them on the right path. Yeah. If it's in their destiny, and if it comes from your deep respect and compassion, the words will reach them. Let me repeat. If it is in their destiny, and if it comes from your deep respect and compassion for them, unconditional, if it's not coming from the space of attachment, if it's coming from the space of deep respect, care, and compassion for them, then your words of dharma will reach them. Will they be able to act on this or no? We don't know, because the layers of habits have been formed on them. But even if the seed goes into them, brilliant. You've performed your dharma very well and you've sown the seed. Just be very happy with that. Yeah. Be a farmer, just sow the seed. Follow the real karma yoga, where you sow the seeds. You're not doing it from the bhav of karta. You're not the doer. The intelligence of sowing the seed of this vakya came to you, you sowed the seed. No karta bhav, you're not the doer. Two, you're not looking for the result of it. If the seeds open, if they start to become dharmic in this life, wonderful. If not, don't worry. Seed never dies. It will sprout in the next life. Yeah. So don't get attached to the result of the action. That's real dharma. Yeah. Follow that principle of karma yoga. No karta bhav, no attachment to the results of the action. And number three, don't do it because they're your parents. Do it because they are human beings around you. And it's your kartavya, it's your duty, it's your dharma to sow the right seeds in the heart of every human being. Don't do it because of the attachment, because of the attachment of this relationship. If you're able to do this three, my friend, you followed the path of Karam Yoga, number one, and you followed the real, honest, highest dharma. And you followed it as a son, as a daughter. And if you've done that, brilliant. You will sleep very peaceful sleeps in the night. Yeah, you've done your job. Think about this. Think about this. I've given you a lot of counter questions, counter thoughts to, to meditate over it, to contemplate over it, and then see. It's my wish, it's my prayer that all of us must contemplate on the real meaning of dharma. Don't go by the book. Your heart always know what the right dharma is in that situation, in that moment, in that space, in that time. Yeah. Yes, with that, I hope it helps you to to follow the right dharma. Yeah. Thank you. Ji Swati.
Sri Anish. Our next question, they are similar, so they're from two different people. One is Sanidhya from Dharamshala. He has asked, what is the purpose of life? Should I try to find my purpose in life and then act upon it? And then the other one is from somebody who's kept it anonymous. He says, should I just try to be available to God and let a higher power decide that purpose for me?
Very interesting. Huh? Very interesting. So actually, when you, Swati, when you and your team has combined these questions, you've covered both the spectrums actually. Very smartly you've done that, yeah. So I'll have to speak on the whole thing now. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the part two first. And I think it said that should I try to be available to God to let me know the higher purpose or something like, yeah.
Yes.
I think what caught my attention is should I become available, yeah, to listen to what the higher purpose is. Let me start from there. I hear this word, my friends, very often, that I just become available to whatever existence God wants me to do. I hear this word or this sentence in the spiritual circles a lot these days. I said spiritual circles, not spiritual circus. Yeah. In spiritual circles a lot these days. You see, we say things, we speak sentences. We don't pay attention to that. What are we saying and what does it really mean? Should I just become available? Now, this is a really loaded statement. What does it really mean that I just become available to existence, to God, to tell me what the real purpose is? What does it really mean? क्या मतलब है इस बात का? आपको मालूम है? Do you know? Where does this space come from that I just become available? From absolute deep silence. Only if you're able to attain very depths of silence within your own being, you will be able to decipher what existence wants to you to do. You will really be able to become available to the higher purpose, to existence, to God, only by establishing yourself in deep silence. इसको खोलते हैं थोड़ा. What does deep silence mean? To access a space in yourself with the chattering of the mind is off. You're sitting, you're just sitting. You're looking at something, you're just looking at something. No thought is crossing without your permission. I've added this statement. No thought is allowed without your permission. You'll not become zombie. That is just no thought coming. Without your permission, they'll not come. When you allow, the thoughts will come. The kind of thoughts you allow, those kind of thoughts will come. That's the space of deeper silence, my friend. And from this space of deeper silence, God starts to speak to you in this space of silence. Otherwise, when you think you are hearing the word of God, the message of existence. Actually, most of the time, you're listening to your own chatter. तुम अपने ही मन की बात सुन रहे होते हो, क्योंकि वो शांति, वो साइलेंस का स्पेस तो भी आया नहीं है. अपनी ही बात सुनते हो, अपने ही चैटर की बात सुनते हो. Yeah. So it's a very loaded statement. Why I'm emphasizing on this? Investigate in your own self. Have you reached that stage where you think you can become available to listen to existence or God's message, to really know from existence, from the divine, what's your purpose in life is? Have you attained that level? I'm just asking. I'm just counter questioning. I'm just nudging you to investigate on the statement. Just don't make any statement like that. Be very clear. Be very clear. You know, I read somewhere, I think this was Bruce Lee saying or somebody saying, I don't know. And he said, the statements that you speak, the words that you speak, they have the power, the magical power to hypnotize you, to cast a spell on you. And that is why a word is called spelling. We use the word, we use this thing called spelling. It comes from the word spell. Spell means to cast a spell on somebody. Yeah. So when you speak a statement on a word, you're casting a spell, magical hallucination on somebody, maybe on your own self, by saying, should I become available? Without even understanding what does it mean? Without even understanding, am I ready to become available? What does it entail? Yeah. Otherwise, we just cast this spell on ourselves, saying that it is very easy to become available. My friends, that's the whole problem. This nature, existence, God, divine wants you to become available, but we're just not able to become available. Where are we able to listen to the message of the existence? We're not able to do that. That's the whole problem. Your own deeper self is speaking to you day in, day out, trying to tell you, as I was speaking earlier, what is the right path for you, trying to tell you what is your dharma. Kahan sun rahe hain? We're not able to listen to it. We're not able to listen to it. We're not there yet. We need to work with this stuff called mind to make it quiet, to stop the chatter. Only then will become available. Yeah. So that uh, was the first part of it. Yeah. The earlier part of the question was, how do I? What was the question, Swati? Can you repeat that once again? The earlier part of the question.
What's the purpose of life? Should I try to find my purpose in life and then act upon it?
Right. Yeah. I think again the second part of this. Should I first try to find the purpose of life, then act upon it? To me, absolutely yes. Why are we just running around? Running to get into a good school, then running to get into a good college, running to do a good job, take a good career, running to settle in a family, running to buy property. We're just running without even realizing what is the purpose of A, all of this, what I'm doing, what's the purpose of this? B, what's the purpose of this 60, 70, 80 years that have been given to me? What's the purpose of this? Yes, absolutely. We must take time off to deeply go into the depth of this. What is the purpose of my existence? We must ask this existential question from ourselves. As Ramana Maharishi used to say, whosoever goes to Ramana Maharishi, he would say, no, first tell me, who are you? Ask yourself, who am I? That's the pertinent existential question. Who are you? Similarly, what is the purpose of life to me is a very existential question. Everybody must investigate on this. Everybody must spend time with this. Everybody must try and find the answer of that. Everybody must do that. Yeah. Now, that's the work that I've given to you. While you've asked me the question, what is the purpose of life? I am putting it back to you. You must find it out. What is the purpose of your life? Yeah. However, since you've asked me what is the purpose of life, let me give you a story. It's one of my favorite stories from Upanishad. Yeah. It'll give you some signals, some insight. Once it so happened that Bhagwan Vishnu, to some of the friends who've heard this story many times from me, it's the story of Bhagwan Vishnu and Narad, Narad Muni. So once Narad Muni goes to Bhagwan Vishnu saying that, Sir, I travel across all the continents, across the globe, all the galaxies I travel to, all your creation I travel to. When I go to Earth, in particular, I find everybody in dukkha there. Everybody is in suffering. Why is it so, sir? Why are they in suffering? Yeah. Why don't they just take your name? Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam, Hari Sharanam. Why don't they just take your name and get liberated? Bhagwan Vishnu just kept quiet and he asked Narad Muni, Narad Muni, let's go for a walk in the forest. Sure. So they both go for a walk in the forest around. After some time, Bhagwan Vishnu says, Narad, I'm very thirsty. I'm sitting under this tree. It's quite warm. Can you go and fetch me some water? I'm very thirsty now. Narad Muni says, yes, sir. So he goes around, try to look for a river, some stream. He doesn't find anything. Goes a little further, he finds one house, not a village, just a house. Narad Muni knocks on the door of the house, and a beautiful young girl opens the door. नारद मुनि तो एकदम अद्भुत तरह से उसको देखने लग गए. He's mesmerized by the beauty of this girl. And he says, after asking her name, he says that, I wish to marry you. The girl is also a bit shy and she says, well, you'll have to take permission from my father. He would decide. That's the tradition in our family. Narad Muni says, so be it, I want to meet your father. So she takes him to the father. Father says, well, you look good, sir. And I'll be happy to marry my daughter off to you. But she's the only child and I'm a poor old man now. Not poor, I'm an old man now. And we have these farms, these animals, and there's just nobody to take care of them. I'll be happy to arrange for this marriage, but with a condition that you as my son-in-law stays in this house and take care of our property and our farm, our animals, etc. Narad says, why not? I'll do that. Well, they both get married. And Narad starts to take care of the farm, the animal, everything. In due course of time, they have their children, one child, second child, third child. So now they have three children. Beautiful life. Once, while this whole life process is going on, a massive flood comes in the area. Massive flood. Now, just to save life, Narad, his wife, three children, and the old father, they just go up on a tree to save themselves from the flood. Now, the father is very old already. I mean, he just cannot hold. So with one flash, the father is just washed out. He's gone. All right, at least the immediate family is intact. धीरे धीरे पानी बढ़ता है, the water level rises. Now the one son goes with the flow. They just can't do anything. They're just holding, both of them, husband and wife holding each other together, and now the two children, they're just holding. But water is continuously rising. They lose second son also. They're crying, they're in deep pain, agony. Water goes little more higher. The third child also goes. Now just Narad and his wife, they're the only two left, and they're really in deep pain. I mean, they've seen their own children die in front of their own eyes. They just couldn't do anything. They just couldn't hold them enough. अभी वो उतना सोच ही रहे हैं, the whole thought, the whole pain they're still experiencing. One gush and the wife also goes. Poor man, hanging from the tree for his own life, all alone, crying at the same time, but just cannot do anything. Few days goes like that, and then water resides. Narad come down from the tree, absolutely broken, tired, half dead, and he's feeling thirsty. He's not eaten or drank anything in days together. The first thing he wants to drink water. The moment he experienced the thirst in his kant, in his neck, in his throat, कंठ में जैसे ही प्यास लगी, Narad just shook himself. He said, "Oh my God, what just happened?" He ran here and there because he realized Bhagwan Vishnu had sent him to fetch water. He just runs, find Bhagwan Vishnu sitting under the tree, and he said, "Oh, sir." Seeing him, Bhagwan Vishnu says, "Narad, what took you so long?" Narad said, "So long? How long it has been?" Bhagwan Vishnu says, "एक घड़ी से दो घड़ी के बीच में, यानी almost more than an hour, Narad, you've been gone." Narad said, "1 hour? I've lived my whole life, less sukha, more dukha. And you just think, what just, he's very confused." Bhagwan Vishnu starts laughing. He said, "Narad, now you know what happens on earth. I send people down there, they go there, promising me that they know their purpose of life. The purpose is to fetch me water, like your purpose was to fetch me water. Their purpose is to remember me, do my work there. The moment they go down there, they just forget. They get lost in the drama, the love affair, the romanticism of life, the glamour, all the natak, all the maya. They just get trapped into that. And they forget what was their real purpose, what was the real work, who they really are. They just forget all of that. And because of this forgetfulness, Narad, they suffer. Do you understand, my friend? Contemplate on this story. It's very close to my heart. It will give you the answers of what is the purpose of life. How do you find the purpose of life? Yeah. I can go on and on and on this particular aspect. Very close to my heart. But I think आज के लिए, इस moment के लिए इतना काफी है. Contemplate on this, think about this. May the divine awakens and lightens your heart to find your own true purpose of life. Thank you. With that, Swati, we could take one more question.
Our third question is from a friend from Mumbai. He's asking, I started on the path of sadhana last year. It's fulfilling. It feels like it's my life's longing. However, what has happened as a byproduct is that my interest in my career, family, and relationship has decreased. I understand money is needed to pay bills and relationships are part of life, but they won't lead me to ultimate bliss. How do I handle this inner dilemma? Please guide.
Yeah, I think the first two questions we deliberated on, they kind of give you a glimpse on this question's answer. First of all, it's a good dilemma. Many times I say that conflict is not a good thing. We all want to move out of the conflict. But this particular dilemma, when you're progressing on the path of sadhana, when other things that you thought your life is all about, which is family, career, money, paying bills, and all of that, you are now realizing that, wow, that may not be the real thing. Sadhana, going towards the path of love and truth, may be the real thing. Yeah, so there's a dilemma because at this stage, this world of spiritual sadhana and this world of your kartavya, your dharma, towards your family, towards your own physical self, towards your office, your job, you think they are two different things. You think you're standing in the middle. One path is pulling you towards this, which we call the world of matter, Maya. The other path is pulling you towards the divine, Sadhana, Dhyana. Yeah, we think these are two different parts. That's where the dilemma is. Point number one, I'm saying it's a good dilemma. You're blessed, you're lucky that sadhana is progressing and you're able to experience this dilemma. Because for most of the humanity, only this is real. Yeah. The world of matter, the job, the career, money, aspirations, uh, uh, acquiring of things, attachments, they think that's life is all about. Good, you started seeing something else also, and this dilemma is rising. Very good. Very good. I I feel this dilemma everybody should go through. Only then you'll be able to see what is truth and what is not truth, what is permanent and what is impermanence. Unless you're able to decipher between permanence and impermanence, you'll not be able to come to a bhav of samatha, sometimes equanimity. Yeah. So that's point number one. It's a good dilemma. Don't run away from this. Point number two. You see this Maya, which we call, I just use the word Maya, the world of matter. Where did this Maya come from? Is this an independent entity? Look at your own Shastra, the scriptures. Where did Maya come from? Where did Shakti, Adi Shakti, where did Adi Shakti come from? Shiva. Huh? Maya came from Hari, Bhagwan Vishnu. So what we consider Maya and Hari is basically one thing. Shakti and Shiva is one thing. They're not two different things. They appear different. The world of sadhana and the world of job, business, family, money, they're not two different things. They're one thing. Yeah. You will realize it at some point. But right now, I'm showing the seed, at least in your mind, saying that they are one thing. As you progress in your sadhana, you will realize this, and then this dilemma will cease. Yeah. Now, what is the way? Is there a practical way? Is there a practical way to bridge this gap, to remove this dilemma and walk on one middle straight path, which leads you towards truth, divine, whatever you want to call it, the spiritual path? Spiritual path is always in the center. Buddha called it the middle way, Madhya Marga. It's a central path. Yeah. Now, what do I do in the current situation? When I have a family, I have a job, money, bills to pay, what do I do? Krishna gave a beautiful synthesis of this. We call it Karma Yoga. I just explained that earlier. But listen to that again. Can you not work in your job, in your family, in your career, offering whatever you're doing to the divine? In the morning, I pick up my pen, my paper to write. You know, in the olden times when we were writing anything, we would first write divine's name on the diary, on our kitab. Why are we writing the name of the divine? The first thing on the letter, the first letter that we're writing on the page. We're saying, I start your work now. I hear a prayer in a school nearby. I'll say that in Hindi. It says, सुबह सवेरे लेकर तेरा नाम प्रभु, करते हैं हम शुरू आज का काम प्रभु. So he's saying, in the morning now I start my day with taking your name. I start my day by taking your name. And I dedicate this day to you. Can you not do that? You go to your office, you go to your business, you initiate your day and you offer it to the divine, saying that it's your work. Thanks for choosing me to do this. It's the family you have given me. It's my dear beloved family. It's my dharma to take care of them. It's my dharma to provide for them with your blessing, with your grace. You are enabling me to do this role of yours. In them also I'm serving you, O divine. in the rupa of my wife, my son, my brother, my sister, I'm serving you. Right? कण कण में भगवान है. तो आपकी फैमिली में नहीं है क्या? आपके रिश्तेदारों में नहीं है क्या? आपके क्लाइंट्स में नहीं है क्या? आपके बॉस में नहीं है क्या? आपके कलीग्स में नहीं है? आपके सबॉर्डिनेट्स में नहीं है क्या? कण कण में है. If it's in every particle, it's in every being also. Offer your work to the same divine. Take care of your family as if, imagine, Shiva has given you your family. Imagine, just imagine, that one night you're sleeping and in your vision, in your dream, Shiva comes or Krishna comes, whichever divine you feel connected with, whichever form of the divine. So Shiva comes and gives you these 5 people of your family, saying that, my son, I'm giving you my 5 beloveds. And with each of my 5 beloveds, you have a certain relation. Father, mother, son, daughter, wife, husband. Just take care of them. And when you take care of them, you're doing my seva. You're doing your sadhana. You are coming closer to me. How will you treat your family now? How will you treat your boss, your business, your job now? Can you not practice this? Can you at least begin, try to practice this? I'm just opening Karma Yoga for you. How and why we get caught is basically the root, the jada of this is karata bhav, main bhav. I am doing this. It is my family. I have just 24 hours. Should I take care of my job, my business, my family, or should I do my dhyana? I have to do my dhyana. I have to take care of my family. It is my responsibility, minus. Do you understand the problem? That's where the core issue is. We call it the karata bhav, the doership. That's where the whole problem is. Every day, if you meditate 10 hours every day, but with this doership, I am meditating, I am doing. See, Ravana was a great Pandit, great scholar, great meditator, great Bhakta of Shiva. What went wrong? What went wrong, I'm asking in Ravana? The doership. I am this great Pandit, I am this great meditator, I am this great Shiva Upasak. That went wrong. 24 every day, 24 hours of sadhana also is of no use if the sense of doership remains. And the pravritti or the sadhana is also a very interesting thing. When you start to walk the path of sadhana, divine plays with you. In the beginning, this is some deep sutras I'm sharing with you. In the beginning of this divine play of your sadhana, God will give you quick success. Fatafat. Achhe achhe anubhav. Good insights, good realizations. Very quickly it will come to you. Wow, something beautiful is happening. No, that was just a bait to get you. The real work has not yet started. Because that sadhana you initiated with doership, God wants you to come closer. So He helps you. But then, when the real work starts, He is watching your doership. Till the time this doership remains, sorry, now the progress will be blocked. Like a small child. What do you do with the small child? You give him some chocolate to come, walk to me, right? You do that. And then you increase the difficulty level so that this child is able to walk, run faster. You keep increasing the difficulty, right? That's what sadhana or divine does to you. Yeah. So right now, sadhana has initiated. It is flowering beautiful. Thank God. Give the credit to Shiva, not to your own self. Give the credit to your family, not to your own self. Give the credit to your job, your business, not to your own self. Somewhere they are playing a role for you to do this sadhana. And if you have to catch hold of an enemy, that enemy is your doership. And every day, every moment, while you're doing your job, please have the attitude of serving. While you're trying to have something for you, please have the attitude of Tyaga. I'm giving you two attitudes only. Attitude of serving in whatever you're doing, an attitude of Tyaga, of whenever you get credit for that, or whenever you're trying to satiate your five senses. Just bring in an attitude of Tyaga. That is all. Two attitudes. With these two attitudes of service and Tyag, Seva and Tyag, service and renunciation, the doership will start to dissolve itself. So now in life, in sadhana, your focus should be first catching off this doership, realizing you're operating from there, and trying to dissolve this by seva and tyag. And how do you do that? Is deeply entrenching yourself into the bhava of karma yoga. Yeah. With that, if you're able to plug this, you see the real flowering will start to happen. You see these two apparently opposite looking worlds, the world of sadhana and the world of samsara, they will start to merge together. You will start to find out what the middle path, Madhya Marg, is all about. And that's where the real bliss comes. Yeah. With that, I hope it helps you to navigate this beautiful journey. Just make sure you enjoy this journey. Yeah. Don't be too serious on this journey. Uh, we are we're moving towards closer towards divine. When you go to meet your beloved, what attitude should you carry? A serious attitude or a very joyful, loving attitude? With that attitude, please walk the path and just see on the other side your beloved is really waiting for you. Yeah. And that other side is not there. That other side is here right now. Someday we'll talk about that again. With that, I hope it helps you to follow the path, be on the journey, and be in the Madhya Marga. Thank you very much. It's been always a pleasure to spend some of these moments with all of you. As a great, not dear friend, I've never met him, but I still consider him a dear friend called Ramadas, the Bhakta of, the disciple of Neem Karoli Baba. He used to say a very beautiful thing. We are walking each other home. He's written a book also with the same title, Walking Each Other Home. So we are just holding each other's hand and walking each other home. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat.